Hello grade 2s, welcome to our first math lesson on video. Now you might be saying, Mrs. Johnston, why are we at the carpet with our reading whiteboard? Well, it's a little bit easier and closer for me to do a video so that you can see it from home instead of normally at the whiteboard at the front of the classroom. I hope you have learned and enjoyed learning about money so that once we are able to go back in stores again, that you'll be able to take some of maybe the money that you've earned or you've been working towards to buy some things and know how much you could buy and how much change you will get back. And then yesterday you were talking about halves and fourths or quarters. So if I had a watermelon and I cut it in half, I'd have 2 pieces or a half of the watermelon, right? Cut it in half. Also, if you made a circle out of paper yesterday and folded it in half and then folded it again, you would have 4 pieces and make it kind of like a pizza. You would have 4 slices in the pizza. So today we're going to talk about how to write these fractions. So yesterday you worked on making them, and we're going to talk about how to write them. Now you need a few things for today's lesson, okay? So I'm going to tell you the things you're going to need, then you hit pause, go get them, and then come back and join me when you have them. So you're going to need 3 strips of paper like this. Now it doesn't really matter what size, just not really little, okay? Now they could be scrap paper. You see on the back of these are our math minutes. You'll need 3 of these, and then you also need your math textbook. Okay, so hit pause, go get those things, and then come back. Okay, I hope you have your 3 strips of paper and your textbook. Okay, now a rectangle I'm going to call this a chocolate bar because I love chocolate, and this looks kind of like a chocolate bar to me. So what we're going to do is we're going to break our chocolate bar up into pieces. Maybe I'm going to share, or I'm just going to eat a little bit of it. I'm going to eat part of it, not all of it at once. So I want you to take the 2 ends where my fingers are, and you're going to let them come together and touch. And then I want you to fold it, so press down on this, okay? And if we open up our chocolate bar, we should now have 2 pieces that we've broken into. I'm going to color one of those pieces, and it's going to look like this. So one of the 2 pieces are colored. And I'm going to put it up here on the board, okay? And we're going to talk about how to write this as a fraction, okay? So fractions have 2 numbers, and they have a line in between them, okay? The top number is called the numerator. Now, you don't need to know that just yet, but I wanted to let you know. And the top number says how many pieces are colored, or how many pieces have I eaten, okay? So I have colored 1 piece, so I'm going to put a 1 at the top. The bottom number is called the denominator, and it is how many pieces we broke the chocolate bar into, or how many parts are there all together. Well, there's 2 parts. 1, 2. We broke our chocolate bar into 2 parts. So here is how we write this fraction, and we call this 1/2. And I'm going to write it in words here. 1/2. Okay? Now, I'm going to have you get another piece of paper. Okay, and I want you to take your 2 ends, folded it in half again, just like we did last time. But this time, don't open it yet. You're going to fold the 2 ends together again. Okay, now let's open up this chocolate bar. Okay, this chocolate bar, how many pieces did we break it into? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 pieces to this chocolate bar. Now, I'm going to color in one of those. So it looks like this. So I'm going to put this one on the board. Okay, and we're going to write our fraction. So let's write our fraction for the part that's colored of our chocolate bar. So the first number is how many are colored. How many parts are colored? There's just one. 1 part's colored, draw our line. And then the bottom number is how many parts are there all together? Well, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 parts altogether. So we have 1/4, and we call this 1/4. Now, do you remember that we've been practicing when we say the date each morning, that I told you we don't say April 1st or May 1st. We say, or sorry, we don't say, sorry, we do say that. We don't say April 1 or May 1, right? We say April 1st and May 1st, or April 2nd, or May 2nd, May 3rd, May 4th. So that's how you're going to also say our fractions. 1 is the number of pieces, so 1, and it's out of 4. There's 4 total pieces, so 4th. And we, if you'll see the number 4 is in there, and we just add the TH, fourth. Okay? Now we're going to get our last piece of paper here and our last chocolate bar. Maybe, is this an O. Henry? Do you like O. Henry? Or maybe your chocolate bar is going to be a different flavor that you like. So we're going to take it and fold it in half just like we did the first time. The two ends meet. Okay? Now you're going to fold it again. Make these two ends meet. And one more time. Can you do it? It's little, but fold the one over to the other. Okay, and then let's open up our chocolate bar. How many pieces did we break this into? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Our chocolate bar is into 8 pieces. Now I'm going to color one of them like this. So let's put this one up on the board and let's write the fraction for this one, okay? So remember, the top number is how many we have colored. We have 1. The bottom number is how many pieces or parts are there all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we call this fraction with words. We say 1, and do you remember how to say 8? 1/8, right? 1/8. And you'll notice the number 8 in there. Okay, so we have 8, and then we add the H on the end because it already ends with a T. So we have 1/8 is what we have on there. Okay, so those are some of the fractions that you can do. So remember, the top number is how many parts are colored or that we'll eat. The bottom is how many parts is there all together to make the one whole. So how many parts to make the whole chocolate bar was there? Okay, I'm going to go over a couple of more with you. But I'm not going to make any more strips, so you don't need any more paper. I'm going to draw it on the board here. So if I have my chocolate bar, and this chocolate bar, I'm going to break into 3 pieces. And I'm going to color one of our pieces. And do you know what we would call this fraction? Well, let's make our fraction. The top number is how many pieces? How many pieces did I color? 1. So the top number is how many I colored. The bottom number is how many pieces are there all together to make the chocolate bar. There's 1, 2, 3. So this is 1/3. And remember if we said May 3rd? So 1/3. Okay, just like if you were finished first in a race, second in a race, third in a race, okay? And we could keep going with writing these fractions. So we could divide something up into 5 parts, and we would say that this is 1/5. Okay, so we could say 1/5. Oops, I forgot my extra F in there. 1/5, okay? We could also break our chocolate bar up into 6 pieces. Okay, oops, sorry, I see you can't see that. Okay, and we would call this 1/6. You'll notice the number 6 is in there and I add a TH. Okay, I can keep going. I can do 1/7. I write the number 7 and I add a TH. 1/7. We did 1/8. I can also do 1/9. Okay, I could do 1/10, 1/11, 1/12, because pizzas, pies, chocolate bars, things can be brownies, they can all be broken into a number of different pieces. Okay, now let's go back to the picture that I drew of my chocolate bar. I divided it into 2 pieces. Now, if I color in a second one, do you know what we would put for this fraction? So remember, the number on top is how many pieces are colored. There's 1, 2. So the number 2 is on top. The denominator is how many pieces are there all together to make up the chocolate bar. There's 1, 2, 3, all together pieces. Okay, so instead of saying 1/3, now it's 2/3. So the first number tells us how many pieces, and the first word, and the second one is how many pieces it's broken into, 2/3. Okay, And we could keep going because you maybe take the chocolate bar that had 8 pieces. What if instead I color 5 of them? Okay, we would have 5/8. Okay, now you're going to do a worksheet today. And first, so you're going to make the fraction. So you're going to look at the thing. The top number is going to be the parts that are colored. So this first one has 2 parts. And the bottom number is how many parts are there all together, colored and not colored, all of them. 1, 2, 3. And I'll put a 3, and that's 2/3. So you're going to go through all these circles and label and write what the fractions are. And you're also going to do exercise 41 in your math workbook. So I hope you have fun writing fractions today. See you next time.